Every shift of the center of population tells a unique story about our nation's history during that decade. Here's a motion graphic that shows all 22 shifts over the decades and how each center moved from the previous center, which is marked by the compass on the right. The right to left horizontal distance is how far the center moved westward in a decade. The north-south shift is represented by an up-down movement. So you see, from 1790 to 1800, the center moved about 40 miles, almost due west. You can see the movement changing in its westward length, and also sometimes going north, sometimes going south. Actually, there are 6 shifts to the north and 16 shifts to the south. Let's take a look at 4 shifts that are quite interesting. First, look at the 1860 shift, the movement during the 1850s. That was the greatest shift, 80 miles. What was happening then? Well, California joined the Union in 1850, and there was a great migration west, the gold rush. Second, let's look at 1870. That's the most northerly movement of the center. This was following the Civil War and was largely the result of substantial population growth in the cities of the Northeast and the Midwest. Of the 100 most populous cities in 1870, 80 of them were in the Northeast or Midwest. Altogether, these cities increased their population by about 1.6 million over that decade. Third, although you can barely see it, is the 1920 line, the shortest distance, just 10 miles. It's a good reminder that the center of population can also be affected by eastward pulls. What was happening 1910 to 1920? That was the decade that saw large increases of immigrant populations going into the Northeast and the Midwest, as well as migration of African Americans out of the South to many of these same cities. The 4th shift of note is the most recent decade, from 2000 to 2010. The center of population has moved to a southerly direction in the most extreme way we've ever seen in our history. The southerly drift is attributed to the strong pull on the center from population growth in the Southeast, Georgia, Florida, and the Carolinas, as well as the growth of Texas.